Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Club broadcast. This is Joe Shoop, my partner Mark Stevens, our manager Shirley. Good morning, Mark. Morning, Shirley.
Good
Morning,
morning.
Joe.
Joe.
Morning, Shirley.
How's
Good
everybody
morning,
doing?
Mark.
I am fantastic and amazing, ready to go.
All right. Well, we'll get right to it here. A couple things, Mark, that have been on my mind in the last week or two, and we're excited because everybody should know what a feeder program is. Let me make an announcement here and say this. And Shirley, if you would type this in for people, is this: if people are having a hard time seeing this by going to the link, they just have to go to YouTube. They'll get a notice on the screen, and it'll say, "Go see this in YouTube." It's streaming live, so that's if don't type in, you can't get it. It's not here and all that. It's just at YouTube. It's live and it's streaming. So if you struggle here with your link that you received, just go to YouTube, and I think you'll have to look under Joseph Shoop, and you'll find it there. So anyway, Mark, we teach this all the time. We teach people that, there's a struggle in the industry, and that is that most people make little or no money. I mean, that's the bottom line. We know that. And, we have companies like Cooler Brands that end up with programs that help the average person and the little guy, and everybody can make money and so on. And, it still takes effort. It still takes work. It's still, if you want to make a lot of money, if you want to shoot for a goal of maybe making $1,000 a month, then what you need is to build a team of people. I mean, that's obvious that you'd have to do that, and then you can actually benefit from the efforts of others. And that's what the networking industry is about, is leveraging, being able to build your own business, and therefore you have production from other people for which you get a little bit of that income or that production. Problem is, people still struggle using marketing systems and trying to learn how to make phone calls and all that stuff. It's just what it is. The industry is very tough. I had a long talk last night with someone who has been through the communication class and still struggles with being able to be comfortable speaking with people. And I suspect that's due to not understanding or not having a full knowledge of what they're talking about. So it takes work, it takes study. But Mark came across a feeder program, so to speak, and it can be used separately without being a feeder program. But we looked at this as a feeder program and said we could use this system, make money, and feed any program that we want. And feed means that to build the other program using this tool. So what Mark, we wanted to do today was to show you that program so that you can see how you could build that and make an immediate income. And then if you, with that income, when a project comes up in companies like Cooler Brands, you're able to fund it right away instead of saying, should I don't know about the money. You'll be able to feed that program immediately. And on top of that, by building a network here, you'll be able to feed those people into companies like Cooler Brands. And this is an exciting company. So Mark, why don't you explain a little bit about the company? How'd you find the company anyway? Let's talk about that.
Well, before I do that, Joe, let me say something on what you mentioned. Regardless of what you're doing in this industry, making money is one thing we have to understand, because people are going to ask you, and this is the way I answer this. They ask you, well, are you making any money? How much money can you make? Or are you making any money? And my answer to them is always this. In this company, no matter which company it is, and it applies to all of them, in this company, I am compensated in direct proportion to the amount of effort that I put forth. If I put forth a little bit of effort, I'll make a little bit of money. If I put forth no effort, I won't make any money. If I put forth a lot of effort, I make a lot of money, and I put forth a lot of effort. So that's something that's very important that you need to understand, because you're going to be asked that question. Doesn't matter which company or which program that you're marketing. That question is gonna come up. So you're gonna need to know how to answer that, because it's very important. So, but with that being said, I came across this program through J.C. Hill, who is let's say the author of this program, with Jane Slife. Some people say Sleef. I always like to ask Jane what she likes. I think she likes Sleef, and her family likes Slife. But anyway, Jane, and some of you probably have seen one of the webinars that Jane has done, and she's got one coming up tomorrow. Wait a minute, is it tonight? It's tonight, I believe.
Yes, tonight, Mark. And she does a phenomenal job. She does a phenomenal job. She's believable. It's very down to earth.
And she's a very, very wonderful, caring person. She wants everybody to succeed, and she will bend over backwards to make that happen. So I'm very thankful for her.
Yeah.
And so with the combination of her, J.C. Hill, and Dr. Robert Needham, they have put together something to me that is life-changing. Because, Joe, as you mentioned earlier, in your opening, that, basically you say 97% of the people in this industry make little or no money. And it's for a number of reasons. You if you don't know how to communicate, you're not going to be that successful. If you don't have and that doesn't really matter how good a product that you have, you still got to know how to communicate. And that's why we talk about the communication class so much, because it can take any business and any person in this industry to a whole new another level. It certainly did it for me. And
hey, Mark, I want to jump in just for a second, and I want to tell you just while you're on that, so I don't switch back later. And that is, we had 6 people take the communication class in the last couple of days, and I tell you, I have 3 testimonials, and it's mind-boggling when you're outside and not understanding that class, and you hear us talk about it and so on. But when you get the testimonials that I got the other day from these people, these are business people, especially one who is an unbelievable business person. And then we have some other entrepreneurs, a stay-at-home dad who's a businessman, but now, he's staying home with 6 children. Mark, I wish I could read that testimonial today, but I'll just sum it all up. Every one of them said, it has changed my approach to this business. I've never been successful at it. I don't know how to communicate with people. And now that I have this, I am so at ease understanding who I am. And this has changed my world. And now, you know what? People hear us say that, Mark, and they don't get it. They just don't get it until you get into the class and hear it. I just want to say that I was really pleased this week with, I'm waiting for the other testimonials, but those 3 were mind-boggling. And I guess we've seen those before, but I was just thrilled to see some successful business people, make those comments that they've never had anything like it.
Yeah, because it's very important. You hear said many times, terminology perception has to make sense, because the terminology that you use, it's going to give who you're talking to some type of perception of you as well as your business. So it's very important to that. Now, and again, when 97% of the people, and Joe, we've been trying to solve this and talk about this for years, and
absolutely,
because the industry just keeps doing the same thing over and over and over. And what happens is that the leaders, or the so-called leaders in this industry, what they do is they just bring people in, get all of their money, and just leave them hanging. In other words, I've got mine, I've made mine. You have to figure out how to make yours, and that's not right. But we have solved that 97% with this power of 3 squared and other programs that's connected to it, that it is life-changing for a lot of people. And I've got some testimonies already of people's lives changing, because one of the things that a lot of people don't actually understand or like is delayed gratification. In other words, when they come into something, I want to make money right now, today. That doesn't always happen. Takes a little work, takes some training and this and that. But in this power of 3 squared, the moment that you come in, and you introduce it to somebody else, you make money and it's sitting right there in your back office. You can see it. And, when people see that, that gets exciting for them. And so in this Power of Three Squared, you can come in. When you come in as a free member. And if you bring in other people, you will make money on those other people by your leveraging, but you can only make it only on those that you bring in. But then, because of what we've come up with, our pay it forward option, we want to pay it forward for people, because once we pay it forward for them, then they become what you call a basic member, which means that now they can earn income on all 7 levels.
So, Mark, how much is the pay it forward if you were to bring one person and say, I'm bringing my buddy, whatever, and say, I'm bringing them in and I'm going to pay it forward? How much money are you paying forward?
$3. $3. I think most people, even unemployed people, whatever, can come up with $3, but we still want to pay it forward, Joe, because you always talk about a system. If we're all on a system, we can move quicker and we can move together. And here's the thing that's so great about this. And I'm only going to talk, we're going to talk about just the first 4 levels. We have a strategy, because in this, on the first 4 levels, and we'll talk about that, and we'll, hopefully we can bring up the Excel spreadsheet and we can look at that, because this is so simple and so easy to do. And I've come up with a strategy that I use. Now, as Joe said, you can use this as a feeder program, or you can use it as, basically, I tell people you can use your imagination so long as you tell the truth and stay in compliance with the program. Those are the 2 most important things. You tell the truth, you don't hype it, and you stay in compliance with the program. Now, when I think about things, Joe, I think about other people. What can I do to touch other people and change their lives, and what are they going through? Well, guess what? 90% of the world is in debt, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get out of it. So I thought about that, and I say, well, here's what I'm going to do. And this is what I've been doing, and it's working. Nobody has told me no. I'll ask them, basically, do you know anybody in debt? And Joe, as we think about it, and as I just said, 90% of the people walking the planet are probably in debt, trying to figure out how to get out of it. My next question to them is that, do you know 7 to 10 people that are in debt? And between family, friends, co-workers, church members, or what have you, they know more than 10 people that are in debt. And then the next question I ask them is that, if I can show you a way to help people get out of debt for as little as $3 and make money doing it, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to know more about it? If they say no, then there's something wrong with them. I'm just going to put it that way. But
I've had nobody say no to me, Mark, as you know for yourself. Not one person has said, now, not everybody has taken advantage of that. But the truth is, everyone has said, no, there's no reason why I don't want to know more. You have to get your foot in the door to give them the program. And that question, and I can tell you, Mark, without understanding what you and I teach, most people don't even ask that question that way. And we learned a long time ago that you need to ask, is there any reason why you wouldn't? You don't ask them, would you, or, can you see yourself? No, is there any reason why you wouldn't?
That's exactly. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, when they say that, then I say, well, when would you like to get started? Well, some people have told me yesterday or today, right now. And then what I do is I just send them to my website, or either I'll get on Skype with them or whatever and get them started. See, because there's no excuse. Why? Because you can come in here for free, but you won't make a whole lot of money, because, again, you have to treat this not like a hobby. You have to treat it like a business, because it is a business. And so, Joe, I think what we want to do is we want to show our Breakfast Club family and those that are listening, the first four levels that we want to.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's describe. Let's do this before we bring that up, Mark. I'm thinking maybe that we could play that 2-minute video.
Sure, great. That's a great idea, Joe.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me explain, or you can, what I'll tell you in my words. You could correct me or elaborate on it or whatever. But what the power of 3 Squared is to me, Mark, is an educational program to learn how to be successful working on the internet. Now, most companies don't have that. And once you actually register as a free member, you have access to 3 streams of income, access to them. And those 3 streams of income one of them is Mark's going to show you what that first stream of income could do for you if you just pay attention to what Mark says. Do you know anybody in debt? Do you know anybody? Do you know 7 to 10 people who'd like to get out of debt? And if I could show you, and so on. So this program is an educational thing for me, Mark. I believe that we can teach people how to get out of debt. Number 2 is when a person comes in for that $3 registration, first free, and then they decide that they want to participate in the income. They're going to be getting educational stuff. They're going to be able to, well, one of the programs is it's not educational, but I guess it kind of is that they're going to be able to, and this is off the subject of education, is learn how to actually secure their future by being able to buy gold at spot price, and that's unheard of. But number 2 is there is an app, a phone app, that blows every other phone app away that actually you can use for free. The use of it's for free. So what do you pay the $3? People have asked me that. What do I pay the $3 for? It's for education, be able to use that phone app and be able to access the other streams of income. That's what it's for. That's what makes it, legal. That's what makes it profitable. So the first stream of income that Mark's going to show you is you're not even registering with the other streams of income. It's just one. It's just that $3 program. And most people, Mark, would tell you you're crazy that you can't make any money with a $3 program. I got news for them. JC, Dr. Needham, they've come up with this plan that just is unbelievable. So I wanted to, Mark, can you share your screen and bring up your, bring up your front page and play that video?
Okay, let me.
I don't have that one open. I do have, I believe, the chart open, and I want people to see it. But I thought for 2 minutes, they might as well see this opening. Able to do that on my end. Let me see. All right, is that you? There you go. All right. Now just go over and hit your tab at the bottom.
Okay, yeah, and I should have it up. Okay.
There it goes. Perfect. Yeah, you got it. You can take that little thing at the bottom. It says hide. You click on that hide thing at the bottom. Right, that little strip across the bottom. All the way to the right, it says hide. And you're hiding that strip. But there's a white strip down the bottom, and it tells you to hide that.
I don't see it on my end.
Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and play the video. Nice little introduction.
You've heard it said, good things come in threes. Well, Power of 3 Squared has 3 great things to share with you today. 3 great programs with 3 unique product lines, and all for a one-time out-of-pocket $3. Or just maybe somebody will pay it forward for you. For only $3, Power of 3 Squared gives you access to an amazing opportunity portal, which leads to 3 additional income streams. Power of 3 Squared is an innovative and cutting-edge marketing tool, which provides all the training necessary to help its members become successful in all 3 programs. And get this, included in the Power of 3 Squared is an exciting and free marketing system. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you will receive the best in training and tools from a professional marketing coach. Whether you're a novice or a pro, this system is simple for you to use in building your team. Inside the Power of Three portal, you will find a very unique twist on the pay it forward concept. You've never experienced the opportunity to help others like this before, and the financial rewards you can receive from helping others will amaze you. This very unique pay it forward concept has the ability to change the lives of so many people all over the world. What a beautiful day it will be when you see the transformation take place in someone's life as you watch them elevate themselves to prosperity from just getting by to getting what they deserve in life. To see them, in turn, do the same for others as you have done for them. And what could this do for you? As Zig Ziglar said, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Perhaps you want to buy a new home, or perhaps you want to send your children to college and be able to afford the tuition. Or perhaps you just want to retire early and not have to worry about your future finances. When we pay it forward for others to join us in the Power of Three, we have the perfect opportunity to help millions of people all over the world, as well as ourselves. You have the potential to receive and give so much for less than the cost of a cup of coffee from your favorite coffee shop. Please get back with the person who shared this amazing opportunity with you and let them know you want to get started making a difference today. We will see you on the other side of life. Prosperity, here we come.
So, Mark, what a perfect introduction. Doesn't tell you exactly what it is, but we'll go in and show you. I mean, we could go in through this right now, but we have about 10 minutes. We'll walk through and take a look at the chart and show people what that means for just this one particular phase of the program. Let me shut my, I think I can do that, turn off my camera, and then we can focus on that. Let me turn it off here. I think I can do this. There we go. So all you have to do now is hit your tab where the chart is. You should have a tab there, right, where you can see your chart at the bottom?
Yeah.
There it goes. All right, now how do we get a fuller screen than that?
This is as full as it'll get.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can do it on my end. No, but that's okay. All right, why don't you walk people through this now?
Okay, now, right across the top, you see description, variables, qualified customers, 28-day cycle, annual. Now, what happens, okay, in this chart, when you're able to use this chart, the squares that are in yellow are the only ones that you can change, okay? Now, what happens is that, and remember what I asked, do you know 7 to 10 people, that's in debt? Okay, first of all, let me do this. I'm going to change this 7 to 1, okay? And I'm going to change that to 0. Okay. Now, notice what happens. When you come in as a free member, okay, remember what I said, that you can make money today starting right now. So, Joe, if you came in as a free member and you bought in Robert, okay, then $3, Robert, when Robert comes in and $3 is paid, you make 50 cents. So this is not a monthly thing. It's every 28 days. That's why you see per 28-day cycle. So you got 50 cents every 28 days. So on an annual basis, that's $6.50. Now, you might say, well, that's not a lot of money, and we know that it's not. But you know what? In a third world country, believe it or not, 50 cents is a big thing to them. Countries like Pakistan, in Africa, and third world countries. Now, here's what happens. In this particular situation, you can only earn on the people that you personally bring in, but you're in for free. How many programs can you enter for free and make money the same day? When this happens in your back office, you'll see 50 cents sitting in your back office. Now, let's go. What we're going to do now, again, we're going to change this to 7, back to 7. So now you see at 50 cents each, that's $3.50. And guess what? Now you have $3 to upgrade yourself to a basic member. But remember, we want to pay it forward for you. That's our system. So now you see that went from, with 7 people, that's $45.50 a year. Okay, now you see it says average referred. You see personals are the people that you bring in. The average referred is the number of people that you have introduced and shared this program with. So now we're looking for what? We're looking for 7. So as you see there, now you've got 49 people, because the 7 people that you brought in, you want to work with those people to help them get their 7 people. And if you understand geometric progression, now we're on level 2. Now there's 49 people there. And on level 2 through level 7, you earn 25 cents. So that's $12.25 or $159 a year.
Okay, Mark, let me stop you there. Let me ask this or explain this. The reason that this works so smoothly is that, as Mark said, you're enter the program and someone's paying that forward for you. And at that stage, when you bring your 7 in, every one of those you've paid forward for those people. So how simple is it to find 7 people? And the key, in my opinion, Mark, is 7, not just family members, but people who say, hey, I could get 7 here and I could pay it forward for them as well. So if everybody did that, this easily gets to those 7 people. And then those 7 say, I could do the same thing. That's why we show that as 7 who get 7, who get 7, who get 7 to that 4th level. I just want to say that, Mark.
Okay. So now let's go to the next level. Those 49 people now are bringing in their 7. So on level 3, that becomes 343 customers or people. And now you're earning $85.75 on that group of people every 28 days. Remember, you're earning this every 28 days. So that's $1,114.75 a year. Now, here's the level we want to concentrate on. We want to immediately, and we can do this in 30 to 60 days. It depends on, remember, the amount of effort that you put forth. So now the 343 go and they get their 7 people and bring them, and we help them get their 7. So now you've got what? 2,401 customers, and you've got $600.25 every 28 days. Now, Joe, how many lives do you think that could change?
Everybody's life would change, because remember, nobody's making that in this industry. They're not in profit. You are in profit here, by the way, on the 2nd level, which doesn't seem like a lot for some people, but the truth is they're not. Everybody that would say, well, that's not a lot of money, aren't making any money anywhere. Think about that for a minute.
Yes. And see,
pay it forward for somebody and get them going with this enables them to see the same thing and move and get to that 4th level. Is it perfect? No. Doesn't mean that everybody's going to be perfect at it, but we're looking at, Mark, that would change everybody's life at $600. It would change my life having an additional $600.
Anybody's life. To me, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It still can change your life. I mean, you're looking at a car note. You're looking at half of a decent apartment rent. I mean, $600 can do so much for a family or an individual. It's amazing. But the thing is, you have to have it, and we have provided a way for you to get it. All you have to do is share this with everybody that you know, people that you meet. You know, it's just phenomenal. And
Mark, that's $600. I'll just take a company like Cool Brands. That $600 would pay for a minimum of 6 months worth of pledges with that company. 1 month, just that 1 month would be able to take that money for those people that were saying, I'm interested in that project. I know this, probably half the people, even in Cooler Brands, aren't pledging on the products. With $600 a month coming in, they can pledge on everything they want and take advantage of the royalties for life. Just that 1 month alone. That 1 month alone would do that.
Yeah, there you are. Again, this is the best feeder program on the planet. There is nothing like it period, anywhere.
Mark, show 10 people. What would happen if somebody said, you know what? Because we say 7 to 10. Why don't you show me what happens with 10 people on the fourth level? And it's just the fourth level. I mean, if they want to look at the numbers down the bottom, it gets insane. But this is realistic. Because we were always taught to your goals ought to be stretchingly realistic. Yeah, if you brought 10 who only brought 7, look what it does. Let's get everybody get 10, Mark. Fourth level jumps to 900, 850. Now it jumps to 2,500. You want to change your life? You want to be able to pledge on more products? You want to bring people into other programs that say they don't have the money? Are you kidding me? And if somebody came in and said, I just want to do this, that would change their life. But they would have an extra. We have 3 streams of income. Imagine the company you're working with. There's your 4th stream. Because 97% of the people that are listening to this aren't making money in their program. Now they could make money and say, now I can make money in my other program. Who wouldn't follow you if they saw that you were making money? That's one of the very first questions that comes up. Are you making money? Yeah, I'm making money. And not only am I making money from this company, but I have 4 streams of income, and I can show you that as well. Now, that's my point. That's my point, Mark.
Here's something else. Everybody take a look at the red writing. It says for every member who was qualified for commissions on all levels, which means that you have brought somebody in on all 7 levels, their sponsor, which would be you for whoever you bring in, earns a 50% matching bonus on their commissions. So, Joe, that means in this situation, just on level 4, if you are earning $2,500 and I bought you in, I am earning an additional $1,250 a month.
I know, it's crazy.
Every 28 days, I'm sorry, which is like 13 times a year. I mean, Come on, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I get so excited about this because you can touch a lot of lives with this. You can change a life. This will create a life for somebody. $2,500 and then another $1,250. That's $3,750 a month. How many people in the country make that a month today, Joe?
Yeah, they don't.
This is a full-time income right there.
We have people that are now with us who haven't made any money in a year, 2 years, 3 years. Of course, we know that number is 97. And in the first couple of weeks, I brought in 8 to 10 people. Why? $3 program. It's paid forward for them, and they see the value of paying it forward for their 7 to 10. That's now, Mark. We are only talking one chart with one $3. We can't get into it today. Maybe we can pick it up next week and say, look, what if you decided to have a phone app and you were on level 4 with 2,400 people, and not only did you decide to go, this phone app, are you ready for this? I'm just going to say this because you know I'm involved heavily with Cooler Brands, and I believe in it. I believe in the system. Cooler Brands, as Peter has always said, is a long-term project. It's a business. You open a business, and it's going to be a while before you make money. But we're going to get ourselves in position. We're going to help entrepreneurs get their products off the ground. We're going to pledge. We're going to get our royalties in place when this thing basically moves forward and goes to market. Now, that being said, that's one project. In addition to making the money with just coming here and getting education. Because once you get in, you can use that phone app. Now, imagine in Cooler Brands for a minute, Mark. Here's what could happen. Here's what would happen. And I know Doug and Peter have looked at portions of this. The company would like to see some kind of marriage. So forget about that for the moment. Just suppose you, Mark, or Shirley, well, suppose that the company Cooler Brands released a new product. Here's what the phone app could do. Because the phone app is connected worldwide with unbelievable number of members. If a new product came out, like this new charger that came out, if you were to go to that phone app and type in a message, hey, take a look at this new charger that just became available here at Cooler Brands, and push the button, 1 million people would see it within seconds. Now, people don't understand this. Dr. Needham is an absolute, I don't know anybody, Mark. Last week when we got done talking and the talks you've had with him and myself, I don't know anybody that knows more about marketing in social media than Dr. Robert Needham. I don't know anyone of all these years, and I'm not an expert at it, but he was talking things last week, Mark, that blew my mind. When he talked about that app and said, look, that's just a portion of the app. You can share so many things on this one app quickly, and it's leveraged to the people that are involved in that app. So it's mind-boggling to be able to push that button instead of having to go to social media to just your friends and likes and so on. You're going to push that button, and 1 million people are going to see that app. They're going to see that ad.
It actually disrupts social media. That's what it does.
Oh, absolutely. No question about it. And for people not to see this, imagine, Mark, 1,000 people in Cool Brands that pushed that button, and everybody was seeing, you know darn right well everybody'd see that app. And that 1 million is growing and growing and growing. So I wanted to say that. And that's just another one. Then, of course, there's Dr. Needham and his wife's program called the Rings of Wisdom. And that educational program is unbelievable. So if you get involved in that particular app, and Mark, the same kind of thing, to get to these other programs, you're looking at pennies, $5 here, $6 there, to go in. And now this chart is just about the $3 that Joining Power. Imagine the other two apps, the numbers you could show with those streams of income. Add the company you're already with. They call it Cooler Brands. Imagine there's 4 streams of income right there. So the key is in all of business is to build that database. Whether it's a brick and mortar business, you still have to go out and find those customers. You have to do ads and promote and flyers and whatever to attract the attention of people who are potential customers. You have to do that here too. You have to do that here. That's why it's listed there as customers. These are customers. So imagine for a moment that you are out there developing these customers like this by giving them access to the apps, giving them access to the program, and to make money instantly. So I'm excited about this because we're already, people in our group are already finding people who are now looking at Cooler Brands. Imagine if you opened up this particular company and went into your back office and saw Cooler Brands sitting there. And so that would mean everybody in the network would see that was part. So I don't know. It's a no-brainer for me, Mark. It's just mind-boggling, and I hope that we can somehow work that out with that particular thing. It could happen to any company, but anyway, did a great job, man. Yeah, I don't know if you want to.
Joe, I feel people thinking, well, this looks great, but how do I get the money out? Well, this is how you get the money out. You have to have at least $10 in your commission wallet. If it's at least $10, you can immediately go in and take it out and have it come right into, if you got a PayPal account or Bitcoin account, and we're going to have something additional to that. And you can do that as soon as it gets in there. If $10 goes into the day, or $100 or $1,000, you can pull it right out today. Nobody messes with your money. Not the owner, not me, not Joe, anybody. This is your money, and we want you to have it. And it's there for you. As soon as it's there, it's available to you. How many companies do that? Something to think about. That makes it a no-brainer, Joe. Just like you just said. So, best feeder plan on the planet. To any program that you're working, you can use this as a feeder program.
I agree. All right. Well, anyway, as always, great job, Mark. I think we can pick this up next week and show. In fact, you want to make the announcement who's going to be with us next week?
Yes. Next week, we're going to have JC and hopefully Jane and Dr. Needham as our guests next week. And I will tell you this, definitely the big one of the programs that everybody is excited about, in addition to the Power of 3, is the 7 Rings of Wealth, 7 Rings of Wisdom to the 7 Rings of Wealth, a $5 program, and that will be finished, and that will be part of it discussion next week. And on Jane's webinar today, she is going to bring an update on that, but it will be ready and everything. So there's exciting things coming up. Breakfast Club family, get ready, get your people ready, get them to this program, get back, with Joe and then the other people, and share it with your family, your friends, your co-workers, your church people. This is life changing.
Well, here's how we come up with another the system now in the Webinar Jam or the Breakfast Club broadcast now has its private Gmail account, so you can just go to the Breakfast Club broadcast at gmail.com with any additional information that you want. The Breakfast Club broadcast at gmail.com. Why don't you type that in there, Shirley?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. The Breakfast Club broadcast at gmail.com. And we'll go from there. But Mark, phenomenal job today. Appreciate it. As always, it's you can leave that up. Just leave it up.
Okay.
No, it's all right now.
You want to leave the chart up?
Yeah, you can leave it up. We're going to get ready to close anyway. There you go. But anyway,
guys, what I like also is people that are really hurting for money. As soon as they get their first 3 people in, their 28-day $3 program is taken care of. They don't, they don't feel pressured to get the other 4 people in for their first 7. It makes it a lot easier. They don't have that worry.
Exactly.
All right. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you learned something here today. But I would look. Let me tell you, you're going to have an educational time with the owner, JC, the people that have actually participated and put this family together at Power of 3. And Dr. Needham will be a pleasure to listen to next week. We'll get a chance to hear exactly what the 7 rings of wisdom is. I'm excited about hearing him. And I said, Mark, this is the smartest guy I've ever talked to, ever heard of in social media, what he's able to explain and do. And his credentials speak for themselves.
Yes.
We'll put that out again with his credentials along with JC next week, and we'll look forward to it. So with that, thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I hope this helped you and see a way for you to get instant success here and be able to help your other programs. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week at the Breakfast Club.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Make it a great day.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Mark, I am trying to, I'm going to need to get back to that screen somehow. I don't know why I can't see it, but I need to close this, obviously. So let me go see how I can do. Oh, there we go. I got it now. There we go.